Taking a look at the 2016 PSAC Women's Cross Country Championships to be held this weekend at Kutztown, joined by head coach Steve Spence. And Coach Spence, and it's an exciting time of year when we get to this point in mid to late October, and there's a couple of really big meets as we're closing down the cross country season, beginning with the conference championships. And as always, it seems like when you're in a cross country season, you have several weeks at the beginning of the year and you build toward the end of the season. And this is sort of the beginning, if you could speak a little bit to that end of season where you've really started to wind down and get ready to go here at the end of the year.
Yeah, Bill, this is what we're aiming for all season, is the championship races, and this is the first one coming up, the conference championships, then the regional championships 2 weeks later, and knock on wood, the NCAA championships 2 weeks after that. But we're right where we want to be at this point in the season. We're in a position where we are going to be competitive at the conference meet, and we're going there to be competitive for the win as a team. And also we have some individuals that will be competitive, I think, for the win as well, which is very exciting.
Well, it's got to be. You speak of competitive, and you have a lot of people challenging for those spots in your lineup. You've had some really strong contributions from your top several runners, but you've also had, back at Matt Cooper, a couple weeks ago, you were trying to fill out your lineup to see who would be able to represent the team, this weekend with a couple spots. So that competitiveness, I'd got to imagine, is really helpful. Runners are pushing each other to be ready for this time of year because this is when it counts.
Yeah, and one thing that's nice this year is we are running 12 at the conference meet for the first time ever. It's been 10 in the past. So sometimes I had to make some hard decisions who would be in that top 10. So it made it a little easier, and being able to run 12 and also, deciding there who's going to end up going on and participating at the regional meet.
There's a lot of people that you figure will make an impact for you this weekend, but I'd like to talk at least about a couple of them here quick. And first, Casey Norton being just sort of she's been your senior leader this year. She's been your number one runner in every race, even dating back to last season. She seems to just set such a good example and such a good bar out there for everybody to sort of, follow and be behind. And just her impact on this team seems really significant.
Yeah, Casey's running great. She's, I think based on what's gone on during the regular season, she would be considered the favorite going into the conference meet. Not to put any pressure on her, but and she does a great job at just taking care of business. She takes care of her classwork. She's an excellent student. She comes and she goes about taking care of business at practice and at meets, and she's just been excellent, and it's going to be difficult to replace her next year, and we're definitely going to miss her.
At the same time, it's been neat to see the progression of several of your runners as well. You have your top 5 finishers in terms of the all PSAC finishers from last year. They're all back on the squad again this year. Katie Reese and Bree Dissinger have done an outstanding job this year, seemingly again getting better with every race. And then your freshmen turned into sophomores this year. People like Jackie Kincaid and Lindsay Gerlach have really taken a nice step forward. So that has to be pretty exciting too, heading into this conference championship, seeing the development and the growth of your runners throughout the course of this year.
Yeah, based on the performances at Paul Short, we're about 31, 32 seconds better per runner than we were last year.
And
we had a pretty good team last year.
Yeah.
So I'm very happy with that. They've developed nicely from year to year. And Lizzie Manikas, who had an outstanding freshman year and then had some injury issues last year, is really going the right direction right now, and she's back and running well, and I expect her to finish the season in very good fashion.
Figures to be a good lineup heading into PSACs, but if you look real quick at the conference side of things, there's some quality competition in the PSAC. Bloomsburg and Shippensburg have been trading that regional ranking atop, throughout the course of the year. Seton Hill seems to have a good squad, and then there's some of the old reliables in the conference that have always been around, the Edinburghs and such. If you could just talk about, from the conference side of things, it looks like another competitive conference championship this year.
Yeah. Based on the regular season, it appears that it's kind of a 2-horse race for the title with us in Bloomsburg, but we definitely don't want to overlook some talented squads, like you mentioned, Seton Hill, who has some top returners from the conference, and also quite a few incoming freshmen that are very talented. And you never know who's going to really step it up at the end of the season. A lot of that depends on the coaching and how they're preparing them. And I know Joe Koch at East Stroudsburg is getting some of his runners back healthy, and he always does a great job at having them prepared for the conference and regional championships. And Kutztown has a solid crew who also has been a little dinged up, but they're getting back and getting healthy, and they could be dangerous as well.
Should be a really exciting weekend here on Saturday up at Kutztown for the PSAC Championships. Coach Spence, best of luck this weekend, and
Thank you.
Here's for ship success.